Good evening, everybody. I have been watching the SOPA and PIPA drama, and what I wanted to say is, although these motion picture companies and these music companies do have the right to try to enforce their copyrights, because that is a way to make income. Let me tell you something. When you get to a certain infirmed age, you're going to have to depend on those copyrights to make your income, because that's all you're going to have. Okay? You get to be infirmed enough, it's going to be very difficult for you to just constantly produce. So you kind of have to depend on that income in order to sustain yourself. But I think that the motion picture and the music companies are taking this way too far. They're taking it way too extreme. And I think they're really going to hurt themselves and everybody else in the process. Now, I've seen the blackout, and I can tell you right now, I don't think it's going to be near as effective as... I think there's a couple of strategies that I think would be far more effective than this, to send a message back to the motion picture companies, to send a message back to the music companies, this won't be tolerated. First of all, it's up to people like us, the YouTubers, and anybody else that wants to participate to make better content than what they're making. If we make better content than what they're making, we can actually steal money from them, because the consumers will come to us and not to them. The other thing is, and this is something I've been working with the Occupy Wall Streeters on, there are a lot of Occupy Wall Streeters that simply have not got enough education to go back into the workforce and do the kind of work they need to do. And that's what people like me are here all about, to give you that education so you can go back to work and get a decent paying job. If it wasn't for people like me, you probably would never get a decent paying job. So I'm out there saying to those people, and I said this in a previous video, I divide the Occupy Wall Streeters into two distinct groups. One is a group of people that just simply do not have enough education to get the kind of jobs they need to sustain themselves. That's what I'm here for. I want to put you back to work. I really care what happens to you, and if it's just because of education that's keeping you from a good paying job, then let's fix that, and let's fix it here. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to do my very best to do this. Okay? So, for those people that just are lacking in education, I'm here for you. And I'm going to keep being here for you until you all get back to work, because it is just as much in my best interest as it is in yours to put you back to work. We need to change our nation from a consumer nation to a producer-consumer nation. We consume, but we also produce. And let me tell you something, even people with the highest disabilities can produce. I've seen too many of them do it, so yes, you can produce. Now, to the other people that are in this Occupy Wall Street that are just belligerent and lazy and saying, I ain't gonna learn nothing, I just want to be fed all the time, let me tell you something, you're nothing more than a leech, and I'm putting you on notice. Go home. Either learn or starve, makes no difference to me. When you're lacking education, that's one thing, but if you're just going to be belligerent and you're going to be a leech, you can starve to death for all I care. And I'll applaud you while you do it. I know that sounds mean, but it's true. If you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. If you teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. I am here to teach you how to fish so you can eat for a lifetime, because it is as much in my best interest as it is in yours. If you're producing and you're earning an income, you're spreading around the income, and that benefits me too. So, like I said, for those of you who are lacking in education, I am here for you, and I'm here to help. But for those of you who just want to be belligerent and lazy and say, hey, just keep feeding me, I say starve. And decrease the surplus population. That's what I say. So, let's battle this on two fronts. Let's get everybody educated, get them back to work, and let's produce better content than those movie producers and those music producers. Let's put them out of work. Okay? If we don't like how they're doing this kind of stuff in Congress, we need to put them out of a job, and let's put ourselves in that job. That's the way it works. That's the way to battle it, and that's the way to win. All right. Alrighty, well, that's all I've got to say on this. If you want to leave me a comment, go ahead. I'll tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.